Right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm 1 minute early or so. We are expecting some US news, some US confidence numbers. It is a service-based economy, and so that is a very important number for us today. Right, this right there. And then 30 minutes later, we have a couple more things coming through.
1 minute remaining.
And we also have, I believe, Janet Yellen speaking in the same time frame. Right, so we'll have to be careful. Let's just wait and see what the news does to us, and then we'll get started. Our plan from yesterday worked out beautifully, so no complaints. About 1 minute or so, 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Still waiting. 97.0, 97.0. That's lower than forecast 104.
So that should give us an opportunity to get in. All right, I'll take a sell right now. All right, I'm just taking one. Just put my pinky toe in the water. All right, 36 pip stop. It could have been much, much worse, right? The number could have been a disaster and the euro could have gone to the moon. The number was just slightly under expectation, so it's not going to change the world.
Conference Board Consumer Confidence, prior revised 103.1.
Yeah, there we go. So any push higher from here, we want to be participating on the short side. Let's grab a box, bring this to current price, put the box on the swing low, and the news itself gave us 9 pips. Okay, so review our process from the top down now that we have about 30 minutes before the next piece of news. Looking at the daily candle, we have a slightly higher high, we have a slightly higher low, we have a red candle coming off the highs. Let's go take a peek at an hourly scale. On an hourly scale, it highlights where our floor and our ceilings are. All right, so we have the floor below us from 2.5 hours ago. We have the ceiling above us from the European session.
We have posted the USCB Consumer Confidence April report on the feed for all those interested.
And then within this space, we have to take a look at a 5-minute chart and then start to highlight what was previously useful. All right, so stuff like this over here, right? These little shelves that you see. Just start connecting the dots. The more these lines you draw, the more action points you're going to encounter, right? The more decision making you're going to have to come up with or contend with. Right? You want to be asking questions. You don't want to be getting whipped about without a plan. Right, so I'm just looking at where these little shelves are, stuff like this. Right, and then over time, you'll see these spaces between the lines are average. They don't change all that much. Right, so we take the same amount of space here, we average it to this box, and the box happens to be about 9 pips. And we see the market over and over and over go up and down 3 or 4 rungs on this ladder before coming back. And that's normal market behavior. And so we exploit that market behavior by counting 3 or 4 boxes in either direction. And we allocate money to these boxes. Right, so I'm just going to get ready to sell green candles, just like we did here with the first trade. Oh, we already made money. First trade of the day. All right, so let's rinse and repeat this. Green candle, sell. And just to review yesterday real briefly, this is what we did yesterday as a group. Market pushed onward about 3.5 boxes, 2.5, 3.5 boxes. And then over the course of 12 hours, we came right back to where we started. I managed to get out with my break even right there. So I took 2 losses while booking everything else as wins. And then I gave up trading for the rest of the day, right? I went to bed. Fast forward this morning, right here, regular start time. Well, for me anyways, I come up to my computer, tested my hardware, just making sure everything was up and running, and here we are now. All right, selling a green candle. I have 2 candles, 2 trades in the box, and here I am, willing, able to participate on the second box. And this is actually trade number 3 in box number 1. All right, so if I happen to go in box number 2, which I am, it now opens me up to 4 more clicks. All right, so my bias is to the downside. I want to be selling expensive and looking to, go lower over time. Something like that, right? I'm selling what I see here. All right, so that would be resistance, right? I'm selling resistance. If I have to sell a little bit more, this here might be a good place to do it. Right? So I'm planning ahead instead of being pickled when the price gets there. I actually have a job to do when the price gets there. Right? So the difference is in the mind. What do you see this as, a problem or as a possible, profitable trade? We're not looking for a big move. We're not looking for this to go to the moon. Right? Just because the US kind of slipped on its numbers, it did not slip far enough for the euro to be propelled upwards. Right? So that's an important factor. Just for a second, I need to go and see this. Okay, we're good here. Top of the hour, right? At this time between here and the next 20 minutes, we tend to experience a pullback of some kind. All right, so this is when we start to lay the trap. We start building a position for what should be the next move. All right, so if the current move is pushing up, I'm selling the current move because I would expect the next move to make me money, right? I postpone gratification, just like we did yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before. All right, so this, in this world right here, right now, is perceived to be resistance, and therefore I'm selling it, right? And it's, if I'm just making an assumption, right? I'm assuming this is resistance. If my assumption is good enough, I make 3 pips. If my assumption is flawed or wrong or timed wrong or whatever, I end up building a position with drawdown, right? So I accrue drawdown to a limit. I know when to stop, right? And that is within 3 to 4 boxes, in 1% per box. So it's not like we're clicking at random until we run out of money. You know, there's a method to this madness. Let's just recycle some more trades and then be on our merry way. And those of you that traded yesterday or followed along yesterday, we were looking for an outside range, which played out beautifully. And we got the outside range exactly as expected, and then the pullback from the outside range. So the plan worked out beautifully. You can check the video from yesterday. We had drawn our worst enemy ahead of time, expecting it to come our way. And so it's less drastic when it actually unfolds. You can tell yourself, I knew it. Or instead of blaming yourself for not taking part. No, woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's not how to trade. That's not a way to trade. Right, so there we go, 3 winners in 10 minutes. It's because we've lowered the bar as low as the bar can go. Right? On the flip side of this, in order to keep this money, you have to raise your personal standards. Right? You have to choose to leave the casino on schedule every day. You have to choose to never lose more than your ejection seat. Right? There's a lot of commitments because of this lowered bar. Right? Lower the bar, raise your standards. Right? Ouch. Gold is finally pulling back some, which is kind of nice. That'll give us a nice entry in the next little while. Right, we don't want to be selling gold. Most banks on the planet are trying to buy this stuff. Nobody in their right mind is trying to sell gold. We traders should be, waiting to buy it, not trying to sell it short. It's just opening the door to get caught with your pants now. All right, so 4 wins. I can't really be recycling anything. It's not giving me green candles, so I'm just sitting here talking away until I can get an entry of some kind. Even this, 3, 4, 5 trades, good enough. If you feel, you got other things to do today, walk away. Walk away with 4 winners. Right? You do this every day, you're kicking ass. And the walking away is as important as the actual day trading that you're trying to do. Right? It's the definition of day trading. You're only here for a session. Maybe you come back for a session later, and if that's the case, if you're doing multiple sessions, you're repeating the entire process multiple times. Right? Top-down analysis, avoiding the news, all that stuff. You can't just assume in the afternoon that you'll be doing the same thing you were doing in the morning. And odds are you'll be doing it on a different market anyways. Yeah. We've been lied to. Remember, we were told, oh, you can trade this 24 hours a day. That's not the issue. The issue is, in our mind, we think I can trade the euro 24 hours a day. In reality, there's only a handful of really useful hours, and the rest is really garbage. Right? So we don't want to trade the garbage. We want to trade when it's actually, worthwhile. And so if you're going to trade multiple sessions per day, you may find yourself trading different instruments each time because of that 2-hour window that is available multiple times per day on different instruments. Right? So We have a tool for that, right? We know where to go and find that volatility. If you go to this website here and use this particular tool, you can find when to trade, when's the right time to trade, when's the wrong time to trade, right? And so it's not a mystery showing up at the right time. It becomes discipline. It's a business. It's not a hobby, right? So if you show up on schedule and you leave on schedule and you operate as a business and you manage costs and losses, you end up making money. So like we do every day, let's go sneak a peek at our dollar index. All right, we're still flagging like we were yesterday. Yesterday we were at the bottom of the flag. Today we're at the top of the flag. If the flag, if we bust a move here, which I expect we will eventually, it takes us 108, right? And as such, as the dollar index is doing its own thing, we go take a peek at our euro, and we can see the euro trying to find resistance. And if we find that resistance we're looking for, right, maybe we keep going down from here. Right, so this is why we check the ladder. We assume these are call to actions. And so if you have money to spend, you pre-plan, right? You can think ahead. I'll be putting some trades here. I'll be putting some trades here. I'll be putting some trades there. And so if the price does go there, it's not a surprise. You have plan B, you have plan C, you have plan D, you have a job to do, and you're just executing. You're just doing the job, right? Because you did not plan to lose, you plan to win. So the plan is there for you to succeed. You just need to follow the plan. Some cases you're asked to adjust, change the plan, right? So that willingness to change the plan is the next step, right? Learning to lose with the original idea and then, do something about it. Maybe you change direction. Maybe you open the same trade at a different level and try again, right? Alternatives. Most people that try trading, they assume it's one trade, one outcome over and over and over. And you can see here, it doesn't have to be one trade and one outcome. It could be 3 or 4 trades, and then the average of 3 or 4 trades, right? I create or I engineer the outcome that I need, right? That's that white line right here, right? So in the end, we're not chasing anything. We're anticipating the next move. That's all I'm doing. I'm preparing for what should come next. There lies the problem, right? The word should. If I use that word in every part of my trading, it puts me in a box. The market should. I'd rather use the word could. And if I use the word could, it opens the door to unlimited possibilities. Like the market could go to this line, this line, this line, this line. It doesn't put me in this box. Right here, I want to sell. All right, so now what do I have on the books? I have 4 trades in total, split between 2 boxes. I have lots of space, lots of space. All right, remember our daily candle? Remember yesterday we were looking at this inside bar business? Right here, that big red candle. And yesterday we were within it. And we retraced all the way to the bottom. And here we are today, still within the measure bar. Some people call that a mother bar. So we're still within the measure. We still have to assume its bias. All right, so we have to remain bearish, speaking in probabilities, unless we break the high. right? We're still contained within that red candle. We have not broken its high or its low. It's as though nothing's happened for 2 days. I missed an entry. Shit. Oops. Oops. If it pushes up, I'll take it.
So taking a look at the fear and greed index, 44 out of 100 equaling fear. And crypto fear and greed index, 67 out of 100 equaling greed. And keeping an eye on the VIX, it's currently up 0.41% at 14.74.
Come on. Just another little entry down here would be awesome. Right there. So, failed to go to the top of the box. That might be a clue. Right? If we continue to fail to go to the top of the box, we should put the box on that level and then assume that it's going down from here. Okay. I'll put this here. I'll put this over here. And let's just see how we come out of this box, to the top or back to the bottom. All right. This one is on that wick right there. There we go. All right, so planning ahead. What if, no, I'm planning to see the market go down. What if it's thinking, oh, it needs to go up a box before, right? Maybe it's thinking it needs to go up 2 more boxes. I don't know the future, but I'm planning just in case that if it is doing this from its low to that high, that would be an average move. I don't need to be worried for an average move. I need to plan for an average move. And so I'm thinking ahead, right? I can spend more shorts here, spend more shorts there. Ultimately, I'm planning for an average outcome throughout an average event, right? I'm looking for something like this to eventually make my money like that, right? I just don't know if this is happening. I don't know the future. And so I have to live 1 or 2 or 3 bars at a time, right? And depending on where that 1, 2, or 3 bars starts from, right? It's either the top or the bottom of the box. I'm shorting, or I'm playing ping, or I'm playing pong. I'm trying to not play both, right? Here it's been shorts all day. Right? I doubt I'll be buying today. I doubt very much I'll be a buyer at any time, at any point. I'm not here long enough to be flip-flopping my bias. All right, so we've recycled a couple of trades in this box up here. There's a green candle. Just going to reopen that trade that closed a minute ago. All right. Our inability to go up leads me to think that I need to be selling inside here, that resistance area, this. So if it pushes up into this purple line here, green candle, I'll take another trade. What do I have? I only have 4. I'm not gonna break the bank today. These guys are still moving. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Come on, come on, come on. If we can close these trades, that'd be that'd be a quick, easy day. 30 minutes of work. All right. Volatility should stick around for another 2.5 hours or so. And so, if I'm finished in 30 minutes, that doesn't mean you are. You can, as long as there's volatility and you're aware that it's disappearing, there's a limit to what you're trying to achieve here. All right? Reach for your average and walk away. Yeah. Feels like we're robbing a bank. It's like somebody pulled the drain plug in the bottom of the safe. We're just draining all the money out. Come on, come on. There we are. When a plan just works, sometimes it's almost too easy that you second guess yourself. You know, something must be wrong. I'm used to losing all the time. Sorry, I'm trading on my other platform. If you're hearing noises. Come on, I need to see a green candle here. All right. Some kind of a push higher. Give me a sale. All right. Ultimately, we are willing
Yellen
participants.
says global minimum tax deal supports goals that are good for the US.
We are willing participants up to here. Right? That brings us up to 740. If the market goes there. Right? First, it has to break through this. Right here. Right? So that's the ladder business. Right? We can see the ladder ahead of time. We can anticipate these moves before the market even thinks of doing it. And we can have a plan for the price getting there. It's no longer, oh, what am I going to do now? Instead, it's, oh, which plan should I invoke now? Right? It's a lot easier when you have a strategy up front. And our strategy is always that next move. Right? So you're thinking ahead because you've measured the past. You can see this right here is bigger than one of these average legs. And so you expect this average to revert to its mean. Right? So this is kind of what we're looking for. It's a behavior, right? And it's humans, it's people that we are trading against. We are trading against sentiment. The machine just helps make it efficient, which it fails. All right, there's a sell, a couple green candles, boom. take 2 there. Right. And I'm willing to sell in this box. Looking left, where would I be selling in here? Well, if we're presented with the opportunity, this will be a trade for sure. This will be a trade for sure. And then if we look inside the structure, we might find something interesting. Let's see, somewhere around there, where that little gap is, right there. All right, so right away, if I'm presented with a push up, I know where to spend the 1% that belongs in this box, right? I'm prepared just in case. Right? If you want to be that much more prepared, put pending trades up there. It's starting to get messy with all these lines. This is why we use the box. It's a frame of reference. It's just giving you a sense of security. You know, there's a reason why there's a reason why I put most of my trades, you know, on around the edges of the box. The target is within the box. For the
USA called Dallas Fed Service business activity -10.6, -10.6.
The majority of my trades have a target within its own box, right? So I'm playing within the box for the most part. Sometimes you'll take a trade and the target is just on the outside, or you know, but it's an averaging business. It's government work, man. It's not accurate. It's far from accurate.
Israeli PM Netanyahu says no decision by the ICC will affect our determination to achieve war goals of bringing hostages home and complete victory over Hamas.
See what comes of this next. I really would like to see it come down here soon. Call it a day. All right, let's see if I can recycle on the green candle. There we go. Wasn't green for long. What are we looking at? $5 of drawdown on a $12,000 account. I'm panicking. All right, I think I've already got my clicks in there. I'm at 5. I have to wait. I only have the 1 in this box down at the bottom here. And so I already have my 4 clicks in this second box. I must wait to see if I get to spend money in box number 3 or recycle box number 2. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, and so I'll probably be running my futures account tonight. 9:30 New York time. We'll see what comes of that. And then I'll do it again on Thursday. So Tuesdays and Thursdays for the month of May. And then trading NASDAQ in the evening, we're taking a lot less risk. It's good training grounds. All right, couple more winners. Right, so do we get to recycle this? 2 trades left. Put the box over here, just in case that's the beginning of a new box. Yep. Right, maybe it's nothing. And if we take a peek at the average daily range, which we neglected to do earlier, what have we done so far? So far we have put in 45. We expect 60. You know the drill. You know what? I'm going to take this dollar right there. Boom. And we're going to call that a 30-minute trading session. Everybody should leave the casino right now. Right? We'll talk to you guys tomorrow or this evening if you're planning on trading futures. All right? So use the same link and come in at 9:30 Eastern. And I'll be waiting. All right? Talk to you soon. Trade safe, trade small. Enjoy yourselves. We are looking for lower lows on the euro, so if you're going to stick around, don't be a long trader. Okay? Bye-bye. See ya.